Hello, this is Mary Bush from Stampin' in the Sand. Thank you for joining me today. I'm so excited to be sharing this card with you. I absolutely love it. I must admit this is the first time that I have used washi tape. I know it's been around for a while, but truthfully, I just had never tried it and hadn't embraced it until now. So let's get started with our card. For your basic supplies, you're going to need to start with a 4 1/4 by 5 1/2 inch card base. This base happens to be in the new Delightful Dijon in color. You're going to need a 4 inch by 5 1/4 inch piece of Whisper White cardstock. That's going to be for your card front. And you're also going to need some scrap Whisper White that you're going to be doing some stamping on to stamp out our flower. I'm going to be using the Crazy About You stamp set, and we're going to be using this big bold blossom right here. And our sentiment is going to come from the And Many More stamp set. I'm going to use the To You From Me, but there's a whole host of different options here, so you don't have to do the same sentiment that I'm doing. Whatever fits the occasion you need a card for. You're also going to need your Blackberry Bliss ink pad, and you're going to need your Delightful Dijon ink pad. So let's get started stamping. First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to bring in my Stampin' Pierce mat. I love this for stamping with photopolymer stamps. I think it's a must-have for whatever reason. The cushioning just allows the ink to better saturate the paper when you're stamping with these photopolymer stamps. So I'm going to just open up my Blackberry Bliss here. Ink that flower up real well. And stamp it on my Whisper White. Now, I'm not going to stamp my Delightful Dijon. I've already gone ahead and done that. But you will need to clean your ink, clean the ink off of your stamp, re-ink it with Delightful Dijon, and stamp a second flower image for yourself. Okay, so we're going to set that aside to dry for a moment. And I'm going to bring in my Whisper White card base. And I'm going to grab my To You From Me. Okay, out of my box here. Now, one thing about this stamp set, I found that you really need to be careful when you mount your stamps and put them back in the box, because they really only fit in one way. And it's sometimes hard to get them back in the way that they came out. So some people find it helpful to take a picture of the blocks, the way that they've fit in from Stampin' Up! Before they take everything out to mount their stamp sets. Okay, so also we need to bring in our Stamp-A-Majig. Push this aside. Okay, line this up. So what I need to do is make a template. So just go down and up, bring back in my base, line this up in the bottom right hand corner about where I want that sentiment to go. Line that up. Okay, and I'm using my Tuxedo Memento Black ink for this. Straight down and straight up. Put away my ink pad. Okay, so I think we're done with this. We can take this out of here. Okay, the next thing that we're going to want to do is I'm going to line my card base up on my grid paper, and I'm going to line it up just above one of the 1/4 inch marks. And I'm going to bring in my, the name just totally escaped me, my Bohemian Collection washi tape. And I'm going to start with the Rich Razzleberry washi tape. Find my end here. And actually, I have to scotch this down just a little bit because I really don't want to get my head in the video. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is I'm going to line up my washi tape with that 1/4 inch mark because I'm trying to get it as straight as possible. Okay, so we're going to put that aside. Next, I'm going to bring in my Delightful Dijon patterned washi tape. Again, find the end. Oh, whoops. Oh, that did not just happen. But of course, yes, it did. Now I've lost the end. Okay, bear with me for a second. Guess you got to be really careful. Okay, so we're going to pull this aside. And I can see I have a little bit of torn washi on there. I'm trying to stick that off there. Okay, so now we're going to take this pattern piece and we're going to line it up against the Rich Razzleberry piece of washi tape. Tear that off and put it aside. Now we can lift this up very gently so that we don't tear our paper. And all I'm going to do now, tear off a little some of this extra. We don't need all this extra. Is I'm just going to tuck the ends underneath my piece. Okay, so there you go. Okay, so next I'm going to bring in some of my linen thread and I'm going to hold that up here and I'm going to wrap it around twice and come back up. Okay. Bring in my paper snips, snip that off. And now I'm just going to tie a bow. Okay. Okay, so there's my bow. And then I'm going to position the washi tape, the linen thread, so it's right between where the two washi tapes have met together. Okay, so next we're going to come in with some Stampin' Dimensionals. And we're going to place our dimensionals on the back of our card front. Pick these off. Okay. And then I'm going to position the card front onto the front of my card. Something's not straight. I often have a standing joke that my head's not on straight. So I don't know if my head's not on straight or something, but okay, so now that's done. All right, so the next thing you're going to want to do is you're going to bring in your coordinating flower medallion punch. Okay, this is the flower medallion punch by Stampin' Up. And it coordinates with this blossom. You're going to line it up and punch out your flower. Put that aside. Then you're going to need to punch out your flower that you stamped in your Delightful Dijon. Punch it out the same way with the punch. And then you're just going to take your paper snips and you're going to snip out the center portion of the flower. Now the great thing about this flower image is there's a lot of white lines here for you to follow. So you can actually have as much yellow blossom as you want or as little. Just follow whichever lines you choose to cut out. So we're going to take that out and put that here. And next we're going to come in with some glue dots. And I'm going to stack some glue dots on the back of my flower. Let's see, I think about 4 is what I want. Okay, so I've got about 4 glue dots on the back of my flower, and then I can come in and I can line it up with the flower that I have in Blackberry Bliss. Okay, so now he's all lined up good. Next, I'm going to come in with some Jewels Basic Rhinestones, and I'm going to choose one of the larger ones right here. Pull that off with a tweezer. Hopefully I got the sticky part. And I'm going to put that right in the middle of my, right in the middle of my Dijon flower bud. Then we're going to come back in with our dimensionals. Put a couple of dimensionals on the back of our flower. And now we can position our flower on our card where we want him. And there's our card. Our card is now complete. Wasn't that quick and easy? And didn't it just turn out beautiful? I think these cards are going to turn out to be my thank you cards for my club members this month. Hopefully they will like them as much as I enjoyed making them. Thank you for joining me today for our quick and easy card. I hope to stamp with you again soon. You can find all of the details to purchase your supplies to recreate these cards yourself by following the link in the description below. That will take you to my blog where you can find lots more ideas and the direct links to my online store. So happy stamping, and I hope to stamp with you again soon. Bye!